Okay, we are live. So welcome everybody that's tuning in here for the 46th weekly live stream. As you can tell, I'm just lounging here with a super nice guitar by Ignacio Fleta from the year 1972. But we have a few great guitars at different price points too. Very different price points, in fact. Yeah, I was looking forward to doing this stream today. Actually, I had to change a few sets of strings. So my hands are tired. I was really going hyper mode here on some string changes. Of course, being very careful. As well as on some new arrivals. Speaking of new arrivals, look at this thing. This is a 1972 Ignacio Fleta y Hijos, and this thing has been repolished very carefully, and it looks beautiful. I mean, it looks like close to a brand new guitar. There's a little string ding. Aside from that, you would never guess that this guitar is more than 50 years old, except for from the sound, of course. But welcome, everybody. If you're tuning in, say hello. I'd love to hear from you. We're going to be going through this Fleta today from 1972. Followed by a really popular living maker based in, well, near Alicante, but Petrer, Spain. Carlos Juan Busquiel. This one's from the year 2023 and has a beautiful piece of rosewood on the back here that came from some collection of Torreses. I'm going to have to get that story. I think it's on the website, so check that out. This one, unlike the Fleta, is already on the website, so you can check this out. But yeah, really a really nice guitar at an affordable price point, and just tons of power and great playability. And this is the one that I changed the trebles on. So it's still settling, but my goodness. Really great guitar. Spruce top, of course, and also Alessi tuners. Super nice. Check out this the figuring on the headstock here. Can you guys see this? Hopefully it's not too dark, but there's just some light strips there that are just gorgeous. By the way, if you're just tuning in, please say hello. I would love to hear from you. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what guitar's in your lap, what coffee you're drinking, what sandpaper brand you're using. Whatever you find to be silly or relevant, would love to hear. And yeah, the third guitar that I'm going to be showing today is this really beautiful Hernandez y Aguado guitar from 1964. Now, these are legendary instruments recorded on by John Williams, by Julian Bream. Actually, I think both on the same Hernandez y Aguado from this same year, 1964. They are just some of the most well-respected Spanish guitars that are incredibly hard to find nowadays, and their detailed work is just gorgeous. I mean, you'll actually see this pattern in the rosette used on so many modern guitars today. You see that little like weaving pattern on the outsides. And by the way, this has a fresh French polish on it as well. Really beautifully done and great condition. Super old Brazilian rosewood back and sides. It's very, very dark. And of course, not the original tuners, but Rogers tuners on this thing. Hold on. Let me let it focus. Boom. Look at those. Oops, you're looking at my face. There we go. Look at those Rogers tuners. Just spectacular. And as I played this guitar again, I was like, whoa, it's set up so perfectly. I mean, it's my exact preference, honestly, for action. And we got some fresh strings on this too, so apologies. I'm going to be tuning up during this introductory time. What's up, Isaac from Puerto Rico? Awesome. Vincenzo from Italy. Good to always see you. Lou from Taiwan. What's up? And Lunam49 from Madrid. Hey, welcome you all. And for those of you that are watching after the fact, maybe you feel a little left out when I'm welcoming others here, but feel free to zoom around if you don't want to watch this intro part of the video. I always make timestamps so you can go see the presentation of whichever guitar that you're most curious about. You can go to that part of the video. Okay, so I was going to play just a couple of chords on this Hernandez y Aguado, Spruce Brazilian, 1964. It's got this really deep growl to it. Honestly, so similar to Santos Hernandez guitars. Maybe with a little bit darker of a sound, a little bit more haunting. And such a great first string. Along with the other strings too. I want to play a little something by Yobet. Tune just one more time. Like I said, new strings. I forgot a couple of chords there, but I rounded it out. That's El Noite de Mar by Yobet. Like I said, new strings, and I just tuned the drop D. That wasn't a good move, huh? Yeah, so there's a little bit of each guitar, and I feel like I didn't even play a chord on this Fleta, which I'm so jazzed about here. Such a quintessential Fleta sound. That's right, I just changed the basses on this one. And what a classic Fleta sound. I mean, you hear John Williams when you're playing this guitar, especially with the incredible sustain. I mean, listen to that F sharp. Not just the sustain, but just the quality in which it sustains that. Just the way every single note sings, right? Isn't that nice? Oh yeah, let's do that again. I don't even have to be careful with my fingers and like when I lift them and place them. They just keep on. There's some very, very legato quality about this guitar that just makes legato so easy. I mean, the overtones, the sympathetic vibration. G2. C sharp. Such a pure sound to this thing. Really makes you want to just keep playing. Unfortunately, I didn't really want to because the basses were going out of tune because they're new strings. Oh, and I mistuned this string. Anyhow, hopefully it was still enjoyable. You know, oh yeah, Lou says crystal clear and a little crispy high field. High end, I think you mean, yeah. DSW says, one of my most desired and unattainable instruments for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know, you never know what happens. You know, this guitar, I want to say something about it. Where was it? It's like everything in first position. You feel the neck vibrating so much here. I mean, it's like an earthquake under your fingers and your left hand, you know? You know, something I've started paying a little bit more attention to when I play guitars is how the left hand is vibrating. Where you feel notes vibrating in the left hand matters. It seems to have some sort of correlation with how I personally like instruments. And you just feel like this whole guitar is vibrating with you. Again, for those of you that are just joining, feel free to say hello. Would love to hear from you, where you're tuning in from, what guitar you're looking forward to seeing today. But right now, this is a 1972 Ignacio Fleta, which is not on the website yet. It's a very, very special guitar. As you can see, the cedar has this really beautiful effect to it, going from lighter to dark on the outsides. It might be a little bit more pronounced in the video than it is in real life, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at the colors in this rosette. I mean, you see greens, you see blues, you see oranges, yellows, white, black. It's gorgeous. And Indian rosewood back and sides, like most Fletas, you will notice. The original Fustero tuners, really till death do them part, because they are a little bit creaky, but they are original. Of course, if you want to you know, invest in some Schellers or Rogers to put on these. You always could, but it's really nice knowing they're the originals. And they still work great. It's just, you hear that, like, sometimes little noises here and there. I think for most people that this will not bother them. But if you're used to playing modern guitars, really new guitars, then, you know, maybe that would. But huge sound in this thing. And again, the French polish is fresh. It's not the original. I'm sure it was very beat up, apparently, the original polish. So this French polish is very new, very beautiful. The only thing you notice is a now filled in string ding. And so if you're looking for a Fleta that's in just brand new condition, you would love this thing. It's great. Aren't Fletas generally on the heavy side? How's the neck and playability? Aren't they a little harder to play playability-wise? No, you know what? It's really down to the guitar. This does not have such a wide neck. In fact, let's measure it. I'm going to say it's probably 53 millimeters, maybe 52. Let's see. 53. It is a 53 millimeter nut width. Oh, string spacing probably a little bit wider than normal. 43. That's actually most of the time what I'm preferring recently. It's 1 millimeter wider typically here. This one's 1 millimeter wider and also 1 millimeter wider in string spacing, which is nothing crazy. A lot of luthiers might set that up as their normal. And then playability wise, for me, it's always about the action. And this action is very low. In fact, I'm going to say it's like 3.75 and 3 or 2.75. This is about my preferred action. Oh, it's actually about 4 millimeters. And there's room to adjust to the saddle as well. 3 millimeters. Yeah, 4.3, so a standard action height. But it feels great. The action feels low to me. And yes, there's probably another millimeter to lower, so you could get it freakishly low if you wanted to. But it's a guitar that you can pound on, and it sounds great. A very singing first string. Oh my gosh. You feel not only the neck in your left hand vibrating here, but my arm feels like there's a magnetic push to it. Almost how much is pumping my arm off the guitar. Everything's vibrating. And it gives you that feeling. It's like, oh, that's where that open sound comes from. Just that everything's vibrating, you know? And how quick those basses react. Gosh, isn't this crazy? Look, if I don't have it touching my leg or my arm, and then I touch. Whoa, you hear that? There is a difference. Lifting off. You see what I mean? Oh my gosh. This would be really good with one of those guitar supports, either an ergo play or a guitar lift to where it's further isolated from your legs. Because this guitar is just absolutely on fire. It's just vibrating uncontrollably in a really amazing way. know what? When you play a great cedar-topped traditional guitar like this one, I mean, put it against any modern cedar-topped guitar, especially, going back and forth listening. I mean, it's very, very impressive. Ignacio Fleta from 1972. Of course, this is from when Ignacio was still alive, building guitars. There's many guitars in the 80s, 90s, even now, they're still being made. But this is one that he still personally had his hand in, and is such a beautiful example. So it's not on the website yet. It will be soon with a full review, which I believe has filmed already. But please reach out if you're curious about this guitar, because I don't believe it'll be one that lasts very long. Yeah, powerful in the bass field, sweet as mellow wine on the tenor field. What I say is Fleta. Yeah, you're nailing it, Lou. And Brian, what's up from Los Angeles? Yes, Di Armando Rice on Fleta. Beautiful. Yeah, that E and F sharp, E flat, whoa, it's special. So pretty cool. Okay, we're going to go to the second guitar, which is, I don't want to do the mathematics here, but it is a small percentage of the price of the Fleta by a very on the rise and popular Spanish luthier named Carlos Juan Busquiel. He's building fantastic instruments for a while now. I actually had visited his shop back in 2019 and recorded some videos there. And this is from 2023. And I have to say, these are even better than the instruments that I had recorded on there. Again, 2023, beautiful workmanship, all traditional guitar, fan braced, of course, spruce top. Being that this one's 2 years old, there's little marks here and there, little nail marks here and maybe some microscopic things under the strings, but hardly any marks on this guitar. A little scratch here. Hardly any marks. A beautiful rosette, beautiful tie block. And if you go to the website, there's actually a very nice story about this rosewood on the back and sides that was taken. This Brazilian rosewood was taken from a collection of wood that I believe belonged to Antonio de Torres. But anyways, the story about it's on the website, and I really like this piece of sapwood that goes from the heel block. Almost looks like it was added in, but of course it's part of the wood. Goes from the heel block, and then it just slowly disappears like a flame. It's really nice. I mean, I love it when there's a piece of wood on the back that is just a piece of art, And then a lot of times you find with these Granada-made guitars or other Spanish guitars that, they put everything into the guitar and then they leave the worst tuners on the instrument. And that's not the case with this one. These are Alessi tuners, very high-end, nice tuners. Some beautiful workmanship on the headstock here with a piece of rosewood. Well, it looks to be rosewood, yeah. As a veneer. And then when it comes to the neck of this guitar, very nice, a nice shape to it. A little bit more of a D-shaped, but fairly thin and a very low action with tons of room on the saddle to adjust. Anyways, I'm blabbing a lot. And unfortunately, I changed the G and B strings on this one. So it's going to be going a little bit out of tune, so let me just check. But listen to the power from this guitar. It's a huge sound. And a very appealing one at that. Huge growl to it, very open. Oh, and apologize for this little dot here. This is removable. That's just a sticker. So that comes right off. But This thing is supercharged. And what I love is it doesn't have this like tight old spruce top sound. It's got a very, very open sound. I don't know how he does it. Sounds like a guitar that's been played on for 20 years. By the way, I want to point out this is a fairly unique feature here. His heel is not sharp and long. It is a very small heel. And I think this speaks to him being a modern builder, even though keeping his instruments all traditional, is that he's still adjusting things to the player. And it makes it very easy to reach these upper frets when the heel isn't so huge. So he's really gotten away with it in a nice way there. If I do something like, I have no problem when I'm dealing this range. Nice, right? I like to hear Adelita like it. Yeah, if you've been looking for a really great traditional guitar that's not sacrificing tons of volume from the modern concert guitars that you're seeing today, then man, you gotta look into this guitar. It's very appealing, very, very open, very colorful. What else should I play on this? Maybe. I'll probably get copyright striked because of that, but whatever. Pretty sweet, right? I'm just goofing around here. Wow, let's do that Rice on here. Let's do the Armando Rice. What do you guys think? I'm so curious. Leave a comment. This Busquiel is something else. And I think with these new strings, it's really turned a page in my own books. You know, I recorded a video on this one with old equipment and not the right settings, honestly. And possibly a little bit old strings. So you can check it out. This guitar is available. I can't believe I still have it. It's on the website. Beautiful back and sides, beautiful top, great condition. 2023, up and rising luthier. Picking up a lot of popularity. Carlos Juan Busquiel. And I've got a link to that, I believe, in the description of this video. And last but not least, certainly not least, we have this Hernandez y Aguado from 1964. Absolutely legendary maker. Made guitars for Julian Bream, John Williams, and so many others. Were huge proponents of their guitars, this duo team here. Some really nice little things on here. I mean, first off, it's number 276. This guitar was also repolished, so it's in really great shape. The signature of Hernandez y Aguado is right there on that center brace. Can you guys see it? Maybe you can let me know. Inside the guitar, right below the label, you can see a signature. It's got Brazilian rosewood back and sides. So dark, so mysterious that you would hardly guess that it's Brazilian till you look really close. Beautiful condition. We have the non-original tuners, but these are Rogers, the most desired tuners on the planet. This guitar definitely deserves royalty in the tuner department and everywhere else. But look at also the beautiful headstock here and the stippling in it, which is Hernandez y Aguado is known for. And anyone that you see with this style of headstock now, you'll know it was inspired by Hernandez y Aguado. And this guitar also, what I can say about the neck is it's very easy to play. I'll give you a reading on the action right here. It is very low. Oops, wrong side. It is 3.5 millimeters, maybe a tad above 3.5 at the 12th fret, top of fret to bottom of string, by the way, with nothing being depressed on the strings. And then it's probably just a hair under 3 millimeters here on the first string, making it very, very low. Oh, sorry. Also new strings on this one. I'm so sorry. Listen to this thing. You know, sometimes I talk about guitars on this channel that just have this bubbly sound on the first string, and this is totally one. It's miraculous. It's a beautiful guitar. Thanks, Brian. All nylon strings, by the way. I got a tune, but I can keep playing. It's that 6th string. Sorry, I forget this point on. That's about it, right? Oh, let's try a little bit of El Noi del Amor. Unbelievable sustain. Let's do that again. This. Oh. Most every guitar I have here will not do this great of sustain on this C sharp when all these other strings are fretted. So watch this. It's little things like that that just add a little something extra. What is it? Oh, it's... Wow. Well, what a beautiful guitar to play on. I mean, well, very, very lightweight too. Actually, maybe like a little bit weighted towards the head of the guitar. Super lightweight body. That must be how it's got such a huge sound. Very reactive. Punched it too hard. I just love this 6-string sound. nice? Gosh, this is so much fun to play on. And I apologize, I'm going a little bit out of tune because of the fresh strings. I guess I should go up to standard tune. You guys haven't heard that on this guitar yet. But just so you all know, I'm going to wrap this up in just a moment. The Fleta that I showed you first is not on the website yet, so shoot me an email if you're interested. If you're interested in any of these guitars, let me know. But this Hernandez y Aguado and the Carlos Busquiel are both on the website, with pricing and all that very public. So please do let me know. But if you guys have any questions, now would be a good time to write them. Because after I test out the standard tuning, some things in standard tuning like Adelita, then I'll be headed out. By the way, a bit high frets on this, which is very comfortable. Actually, yeah, maybe they're a little high, which is great. Wow. Well, 3 great guitars today. This Hernandez y Aguado from 1964. The second guitar I showed was this Carlos Busquiel from the year 2023. And of course, the very one we started out with is gorgeous 1972 Fleta in beautiful shape. That I'm seeing DSW say I've got 5 guitars and a truck and a kidney to sell for the Fleta. You know what? Well, we take it all. We take it all here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You gave me the hiccups. But anyhow, you all, thank you so much for watching, for commenting. Love to see you here, and watch out. There'll be another video released tomorrow, and I'll count on seeing you there in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream. See you soon. Bye-bye.